it is extremely important to make it clear to every being that you're speaking or projecting outwards towards, that whatever the speaker is saying is not saying that anything is superior, inferior, more, lesser, preferential, non-preferential, comparative, non-comparative. Although the subject may appear as if it's a singular subject, everyone is speaking from the whole, but we are always with a mind that has a tentative values on a specific area will appear as if it's pointing to that area. When you speak about being, you're not removing human. How can you remove the human that's speaking about being? The human is the made up ideas, concepts, identities, components, whether it's biological, literal, thought-based or not. It is a compilation of human beings coming together to try and work out what we are. Although it's an illusion, although it's a misconception, although it's temporary, it's still important, because nothing can be discovered without this body. And that's a dualistic term. Like everything else is dualistic. Nothing can be discovered without this body. Meaning, no thing can be discovered without this body being present, alive and here. But also nothing, this pure nothing that you are, can be discovered. And it can only be discovered with this body. Because when you become nothing, when the body goes, you'll not know you're nothing. And you'll not know you're something. But that what does not know it's nothing and something, what is that? That's the conquest. That's what we all want, to find the other side. The afterlife, the spiritual side, that heavenly paradisial side. And that side is not different from this side, because there are no opposing sides. But we have a belief system, we have a made-up system to think that we have this side, alive, form, and real but temporary. But on the other side, a permanent other me that can dance about in heaven, not worry about working and food and relationships and all that, and we all live in a heavenly paradisial love. But what witnesses that side? We stop at that point, and there was no choice from this that I am to stop or go on, because consciousness drags you, those that are willing and able and weak, to put up a fight. No, you're coming with me. I want to show you something that is useful for you in this body. So what is useful to find out that what we are not, or we are, or not? That is beyond nothing and something. What is useful in this world, because we only know nothing and something in this world. The idea is to see consciousness, is to experience consciousness. What is consciousness? Now that you have experienced consciousness, Mr. Pops, Guy, whatever you are, how can you describe consciousness? You can't, because it's so magical, it's beyond magic. You can spend science, and I'm doing science a favor and religion a favor here. Religion already know this. God is not discoverable. It cannot be seen, perceived, tasted, touched, emotionally. Share a cup of tea with God, because it's so powerful. that it truly is, truly is. Science will try and discover consciousness, but it's God. It truly is. It truly is. It is beyond atoms and molecules. It is that what everything is appearing from, as, always. And of course the mind says, how did you discover it? Because you are. Every human being has that root to pure consciousness that we are. We are the source consciousness. But by the time we grow our roots into our tree, into our plant, into our flower, whatever you want to call our body, a lotus, it weakens. You know, the plant head dies, the roots never die. So this discovery is within. And there's no chooser. There's no determined character. There's no way to do it. There's just a fortune or a misfortune for some, because this life has not been fantastic for the last 9 years, living in overall bliss when everyone's suffering and appearing as if depressed and whatever. And then you have to come into that world to actually experience this suffering and depression, to feel united with this human form that you are. So it can be a fortune to know that your being is a profound projection of consciousness, a profound, pure, intimate, whole projection of consciousness. Christ calls it the way, okay? The way. What is the way? You see, look at the word way. What does the word way mean? You know, we to find our way across our country, right? We have to follow a path. Yeah? We cannot follow the path sometimes without a map. The map designates a route to take. This is the best route to take. Yeah? And if you follow the map precisely, follow the route, you'll get to the end goal. And this is the root, you see, the root. You are a plant. That's the misinterpretation. Just because our feet doesn't connect to the earth means our human body is disconnected from this planet. Yeah? But the spirit and the soul, that being state, is never disconnected. That umbilical cord that is never cut. The Hindus call it Vishnu, I think. You know, this cord, it takes you in, out, up to Vishnu. Pretty accurate. Pretty damn accurate, I'll tell you. Because when you look from here, you see love. It is both ways. When you look from here, you only see that way. You only see that way. When you look from here, you see, meaning look, not with the eyes to see something other than what is within. We all know what's within: guts and organs and blood and nerve endings. We all know that is inside the body. But within, meaning that inner being, that existence that you were born from your mother's umbilical cord. The first sign of life was your umbilical cord, your mother, not your brain, not your heart, not your organs. That invisible cord within is never disconnected. It's impossible to be disconnected. This body can get blown up tomorrow with a dynamite or whatever. Yeah, the body will disappear into fragments and the birds and the vultures will come and take it away. But the inner body will still remain. There's no eyes to see, no ears to hear, no mouth to touch. You say, well, what's the point? Of course there's no point. Of course there's no point. Because you'll not be part of this human world anymore. So the human body is so important. So when the speaker speaks about being consciousness, it's not saying deny the human. The human is another aspect. We have to be human. You can live in nirvana state after this consciousness devours you and sit in a cave. That's perfectly all right. That's your choice. That's your human choice. Or you can get up and get back into the world and try and fit in with the ego. And that's an obvious choice, because the ego is always standing waiting for you to call it. Is it not? What are we going to do today? I'm in. Okay, let's make a plan. Yeah? And the ego is harmless in that state. The consciousness is non-discoverable from a scientific or a religious or a human point of view. But the body, with no mind, with a disconnecting mind that does not associate, Ramana Maharshi, not this, not this, not this, I'm not taking any of this, I'm not taking this, I'm not taking this, I'm not accepting any of this. God comes, yeah, thank you, not this, not this, not this, not this. Until the I, that is dismissing the not this, goes into the root of itself. The root. And Christ says it, through me, I is the way. In all the religious signs, through me, I is the way. Hands together. Yeah? Open arms. I'm free.